2 years ago, we were talking about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny dying a very swift death. And here we are in the year of our Lord 2025 talking about a full-scale reboot. Oh, I don't want this. I do not want this at all whatsoever, because guess what, those three Indiana Jones films, guess what, they're kind of good, guys, okay, and they kind of continue to stand the test of time. Like, if you were to just plop in Raiders, okay, like if you just decided you got like 8 hours to spare or something like that, and you just want to have like a really good time, or hell, even this Saturday night going into Sunday, you're just looking for something to watch, well, you could just throw on Raiders, and either later tonight if you got a little extra time and you want to throw on Temple of Doom, or hey, maybe you just want to make it a double feature Sunday afternoon going into Sunday evening. You have Temple, and then you can follow that up with Crusade. You're gonna have a great time, because guess what? Even though those films are over 35 years old, they all still hold up. Raiders is an all-time great. The Last Crusade, for me, it's probably my favorite. Okay, Temple of Doom's no slouch, but it is definitely the weakest, mostly because, hey man, just look at the rest of the competition. They're fantastic stuff. And so, for multiple reasons, I can totally believe this, because there really is no way forward with Harrison Ford at this point in time, and especially the long protracted production cycle for the Dial of Destiny. It's like we wouldn't see a new Indiana Jones movie, even if they were to begin production right now, until they could celebrate Harrison Ford's centennial. So yeah, it would be for the best to recast, but that's what you could have done. You could have done a passing the torch moment in Dial of Destiny, but no. You had to slap Phoebe Waller, franchise killer, all over this brand, and just leave it on a dead end road. But for another reason that I can totally see this happening, it's because another Lucasfilm brand, okay, is in another similar dead end trajectory after they're done wrapping up all of their D+ series slop. Like, where does Star Wars go? Okay, because you got another standalone film that's coming out after The Mandalorian and Grogu, but a continuation. Like, where do you go after the sequel trilogy? Nobody really cares, okay? It's like, even after Lucas did the prequels, like, people wanted to see the continuation of the OT, okay? But here we are, 7 years after the sequels, and nobody's really knocking down the doors the same way they were for the OT in the lead up to the release for the special editions and the announcement of the prequels. Like, Star Wars is dead. So what's the only card that Disney can play? Right, totally rebooting, recasting, and running back episodes 1 through 6 over again for Star Wars. So that's why I think them doing the test project of Indiana Jones, doing a full reboot on that one, I could see it. I think it's likely, man. And that's, oh God, that is dire. I hate it. The only full-on reboot that would hurt more is if, Warner Brothers gets exceptionally desperate and they want to redo Lord of the Rings. Oh God, like it sends shivers down my spine. Okay, even just to say that, because that would hurt so much, mostly because, like, they'd make Sam a girl. They'd totally make Mary a girl as well. Okay, Eowyn would be a part of the fellowship, even more so, and she would, one-on-one fight the Witch King without the help of Mary to take him down. I run through all of this stuff in my head, and I just hate all of it so much. And Aragorn would be black. Oh, I don't. Oh God, and Gimli, for as many strays as he's catching. For people saying that he's just comic relief throughout the movie. Oh, no, he would just be pants on head retarded. Oh, God, Hollywood just needs to stop. Anyways, when Disney acquired Lucasfilm back in 2012, how well has that worked out for you? The Mouse House, I didn't only get rights to the lucrative Star Wars property. Yes, the company also became the new home to Indiana Jones franchise. God, man, it also, it just came back to me just how similar both, Star Wars and Indiana Jones, like with the positions that they were in. Yeah, Crystal Skull wasn't great, but it still made quite a bit at the box office. So yeah, if they could just get some Disney money, some Disney creatives, get their connections on this project, like another Indiana Jones film, it's like, oh yeah, we know Harrison's getting a little old, but he's really passionate about the role, and yeah, no, it could be good. It's kind of like, oh my God, Disney money? Okay. And you're going to get new hands on Star Wars? This is going to be great, right? And, well, we got the sequel trilogy and we got Dial of Destiny. How great has that shit been? And there's a reason why, 13 years on, Disney still hasn't recouped the purchase price for Lucasfilm. Wow. The company has also became the new home for Indiana Jones and Willow. Excuse me. Another thing that Disney also got their greasy little hands on, and it was such a great season of television that you can't watch it anywhere. It has been scrubbed from the internet to outside of sail into Tortuga with your best friend, which, God, that's another thing that's getting reboot, huh? Anyways, studios figure out what to do with the collection of popular IP. Yes, an Indiana Jones reboot is reportedly on the table, according to Diz Insider. This could be announced soon. Fuck. Okay. Lucasfilm is letting the franchise rest a little bit before they do a full reboot of the franchise, wrote Diz Insider co-founder Skylar Schuler in response to a fan mailbag question inquiring about the future of Indy. Okay, I would expect the studio to announce something next year at D23, because even though the last film tanked at the box office, Indiana Jones is still an iconic IP, and Disney Lucasfilm do not want to waste that. Yeah, exactly. Because they're such staunch fans of Indiana Jones that they'll even tell you that a shitty game like The Great Circle was a huge success. What was that? Bethesda just went through a massive round of layoffs thanks to Xbox, just trimming out some redundancies. Oh yeah, but tell me again how that was such a big hit. The fifth Indiana Jones movie lingered in development hell for an extended period of time following the Lucasfilm sale. Well, yeah, Lucasfilm sale, script rewrites, you had creatives coming and going, and Harrison Ford crashing a plane. Jesus. And cycled through multiple writers, and eventually series veteran Steven Spielberg stepped down as director. In 2023, the famous archaeologist finally returned to the big screen, yes, for Dial of Destiny, directed by James Mangold, somebody else who, from the outside looking in, could be very competent hands, but this is somebody under the Disney ecosystem, and Christ almighty, man, how many creatives have we seen squeezed, okay, of all of the uniqueness that makes them special? You had Guy Ritchie do the stupid Aladdin movie. You also had, Sam Raimi do Multiverse of Madness. Like, guys that are otherwise competent just come into Disney and just can't fucking do anything that made them worthwhile to begin with. Okay, though the film received generally positive reviews, sure, where were those positive reviews? This shit was getting cooked everywhere. Remember when it debuted at Cannes Film Festival and it ended up getting a silent response and people were going, oh, was that supposed to be a joke? Yeah, that was a home field advantage. Cannes Film Festival, and it was getting uncomfortable murmurs, but the positive reviews. No, Dial of Destiny was a box office bomb, grossing $384 million worldwide against a production budget, somewhere north and somewhere in on and around 400 bills. In the aftermath of the movie's mixed reception, Mangold admitted it hurt that the Dial of Destiny didn't achieve greater success. Well, it sucked, okay, for his part. Franchise star Harrison Ford seemed to take the movie's performance in stride. Yeah, this just recently came out saying shit happens, despite Dial of Destiny going down as a loss. Shit happens. And then he was asked about Captain America Brave New World, and he's like, was I in that? And I was like, yeah, okay. The actor is still happy it was made. Yes, Disney has not officially announced the development of another Indiana Jones film, though the franchise remains in the spotlight thanks to the critically acclaimed video game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So fantastic that, 6 people are still playing it, right? Though Dial of Destiny flopped at the box office, the first 4 installments, in the series were all massive box office hits, which is why Disney doesn't want to let this go. Another reason why I think that a reboot is very likely. And Crystal Skull was the second highest film of 2008, taking in $786.6 million. That is wild for a film that is at the time was generally regarded as stupid, unnecessary, and otherwise just bad. It still made over $750 million, coming in second place to the $1 billion Dark Knight, which is apparently, according to New York Times, the third best movie since 2000. Fucking lol. But going the reboot route is arguably for the best, as it would allow the studio to recast Indy with a younger actor, which Harrison Ford is synonymous with Dr. Jones. Yes, Dr. Jones. But you know who else is synonymous? Well, of course, Short Round, and that's what, it could have been a team-up movie with, an older Short Round and a very, very older Indiana Jones for Dial of Destiny, but no, we need to have Phoebe Waller-Bridge because at some point in time during development, it's like, well, hey, she's eventually, there could be a scene where, she picks up the hat and the whip, and who knows what happens with Indiana Jones 6, but she got a job at Amazon to go ahead and torture Lara Croft. But imagine that, that idea was thrown out, but who could possibly fill these otherwise gigantic shoes? And at this point in time, man, I think we all know what's coming. And for the love of God, I don't know if I don't want it or if I want it at this point in time, because you had to see Pedro sit in a corner and cry while that version of Marion, I don't know, probably Bella fucking Ramsey for Christ's sakes, probably ends up, being the driving force in the brand new Indiana Jones for a modern audience, just for the lulls at this point in time. And so Disney continues to lose money. I don't know what even would be better at this point in time, because for as much as I love Indiana Jones, whatever they do after this can all just be fan fiction, because nobody's taking away that trilogy. There's only 3 Indiana Jones films. I don't care what Disney does with this after that. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones, and Pedro Pascal is a fucking cuck. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.